Hi, welcome to Ranger Garage. I'm glad you found our channel. On this channel, you're going to learn a lot about vehicle maintenance. We're going to show the everyday person how to work on classic vehicles, modern day vehicles, things that you can do yourself instead of paying, hundreds and thousands of dollars, hundreds and or thousands of dollars to mechanics and other shops. We'll teach you some customization, some modernization stuff. I hope you enjoy this video. If you do, please subscribe. Please give us a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about the work that we've done, maybe it wasn't clear, feel free to email us at rangergarage@gmail.com. Hope you enjoy. Hey guys, welcome back to Ranger Garage. On today's episode, we're going to talk about exhaust systems. As you know, we just finished up this project. I took it out for a drive and was driving it most of the weekend. Then I was heading back on a long drive and I busted a exhaust flange gasket. It is a exhaust flange gasket I had to modify to get in. So obviously we did an issue there. But today we're going to talk about fixing that. We're going to go ahead and get prepped for the system now, and I'll show you how we're going to disconnect the Y pipe. This is the side that the gasket, which is right up back behind here where it mates here in the flange, busted out. The bolt here, and it is very loose, obviously, because, well, the gasket popped. So if the gasket popped, so with this gasket popping, it basically relieved all the pressure, and so this is basically hand tight. There we go. It's off. Now I'm gonna try to get the other one off. Another key point here is to do this no duh when the system is not hot. That would be ugly. So I'm gonna have to use a double extension on this, so I'll be right back. All right, so I'm not gonna show you doing this one because, well, this is taking two hands and stuff like that, but I had to use a double extension, and I'm gonna loosen that up and take the nut off, and I'll show you what it looks like when I'm done. Okay, well, I got both those off, as you see. And I just came off quite easily. As soon as it popped, it took a little bit of pressure, but not much. And it popped one time, and because of the issues with the flange, it just popped right off. So I'm going to probably have to loosen up the other side to be able to get the remainder of that gasket out of there and just kind of see what we're looking at. Maybe no extension. Oh, come on, stop. I think all these are shredded. That one just came out loose too. Put this extension back on and pop loose this other one. And actually this one I think will require both extensions. Now a good thing to remember here is, unfortunately, I am right up under the Y pipe. That means when this bolt pops loose, that means this whole thingamajig is going to be waiting to fall on you. So this process is going to be slow, mainly because I'm trying to get this piece out so it can loosen up. So I just gotta keep checking it. I gotta be careful because I don't want this thing dropping on my head. Yep, there we go. Now, key here is I'm holding on to this bracket so this thing doesn't hit me in the face. Okay, I now have all the bolts out, and I am going to put this here and get my pressure off. So I don't know if you saw any of that, but the bolts are out. Nothing is holding it. So let's find out what happens. See. So first things first, we'll come over here and get this gasket out. The first one, the one we were looking at first, the one that basically shredded itself. And it's coming. And that's it. It kind of just ganked itself up and rusted solid. Basically burned up, and I'm not sure how it burned up so fast. That's another discussion for another day. Considering that we just put these in. Now we'll check the status of this one over here. See if it's any better. Hey, there we go. I got it out the back. That one rusted up. I mean, it's still pretty solid, but a lot of that stuff got, burned off of it, I think. Take a look at it. These were blue when I first put them in. So as you've seen, not very difficult to pull out, just a little more finesse needed. So I got both those out, and we're gonna get those replacements. They're on order. They'll be here tomorrow. All right, welcome back to Ranger Garage. Today we're going to complete the process that we started yesterday, is replace the exhaust flange gasket, the donuts, right? Yes, I had to buy the whole kit because they do not sell them individually at O'Reilly's or AutoZone. I'm sure you probably may be able to find them online separately. In fact, I think I did at Advanced Auto, but they didn't have it in stock. It had to be ordered. I needed to get this done. So a couple things we're going to be looking at today. One is why these keep burning out so fast. From what I could tell, basically is some type of leak causing it to shred. And I showed you what they looked like yesterday. And that was only after 30 days. So I have got, there's a lot of arguments for or against it. I got this high temperature, ultra copper silicone, which I've been told to put on there, but I'm also told it won't last very long. We're gonna have to see. I'm also going to be using a thread sealant, high temperature thread sealant, to help kind of make sure that doesn't slip. The other thing that I've been told is over tightening. That's going to be a little tricky, trying to figure out what the right torque spec should be. They're a little difficult to find, and also because of the condition that my manifold bolts are in. So you get the torque even just screwing them on. So I'm going to mess around with that a little bit and try to get those loosened up so I can get a good representation of what the torque should be. So that's what we're going to be doing today. Okay, now for the hard part. Now we're going to put the exhaust flange gaskets back in. We're going to first do a test fit to make sure that they fit. So that's what you probably won't see, because I'm going to take them in, take them back out, then put them right back in again. So I'll show you once I put the silicone on them and put them in. So you'll see that part, but it's always advisable to do a dry fit first if you are going to use a silicone. So I'm going to play around with that for a while, and then I'll put the sealant on and put it in. Right. Okay, so I went ahead and did the test fit, and it went in so good I'm not going to pull them back out. That silicone is questionable at best. Everybody's telling me I don't need it. Probably needed it because I had to modify the last ones. And these I did not have to modify. They went straight in popped in real smooth. It could be just that I had a bad batch of gaskets. So I'm going to try this and see how it goes. If it pops out or if they burn out, I don't know. I'll think about something else later. But I'll show you what I've done, and it was pretty simple, and I'll walk you through it. So I haven't tightened these down yet, but I simply pried this down loose, dropped this piece right here, which is the bracket. It slides up and down, and then I slipped the donut in there and rested it in the bottom pipe here. I did the exact same thing for this one over here. I've put them on two threads. Now, one key thing to note is you can't cinch this one up before you cinch this one up. Don't know why, before you put the other donut in. So I put both donuts in, and then I was able to push this one up, start a couple threads, front and back. And this donut was already in, because I'd already slipped it in first, because this was the problem child I had last time. Started the threads a couple of times, and that's it. So I am now going to torque these down, and we'll see what happens. Hopefully you can see that. Probably can't see anything right now because of my arm, but all right. Just want to make sure that's started. And I'm going to get the other one back here, which I'll tighten these down over here. Remember, the passenger or the driver's side was always the easiest. Not sure why. Okay. Those are somewhat threaded. Now we will take a look at this one over here. That one's not really threaded that much, and that one's not really threaded that much, so we'll start with the back one. Come back over here to this one. Okay, I got it in. I ran into a little bit of problem. I popped off the bolt, or the nut, off of the manifold. So put some thread locker on it, tried to re-thread it on. It seems to hold. I tried not to over tighten it. It could be just too much pressure, which could have been the problem all along. So I'm gonna check the fluids, start this puppy up and see what it sounds like. Okay, so we are now gonna start this bad boy up and see if our exhaust problem has been solved. Well, it's not making a lot of noise. So that part's been taken care of. We're gonna get under and take a look, see if we can see any, sorry, the other way. See if we can feel any exhaust leaks. Now, I really can't feel or hear anything. If anything, I hear something over there, but that's the main exhaust alarm. I'm gonna assume that it's taken care of.